Wasps are all around us, and many people don't like that at all. They can be scary and hard to appreciate. Their movements are often quick, jerky, and unpredictable, and we know that some can sting. So we're often not very tolerant of wasps. But they really just have an image problem. Shouldn't we admire their defense of themselves, their nests, and their families? Can we take a closer look at how they live their lives and how they fit into the ecosystem? Can we consider how they help us? How dangerous are they really? If you disturb a colony of wasps, you can get stung and it hurts. No one likes that. But most wasps don't live in colonies. They lead solitary, docile lives, and only about 1 to 2% of the human population has a true allergy to bee and wasp stings. For those of us who do not actually have an allergy, we need to keep in mind how small the risk really is and not overreact to the presence of wasps. Let's look at some of the fascinating and wonderful things about wasps. Wasps are very closely related to ants and bees. All three are in the order Hymenoptera. That means they have membranous wings. This winged ant is hard to distinguish from a wasp, and many wasps and bees are so similar that it's hard to tell the difference. Generally, bees are just fat, fuzzy wasps. Unlike bees, most wasps have what's called a wasp waist, the petiole, the super skinny part of the abdomen. It allows the wasp the flexibility to move its abdomen and its stinger in any direction to deal with struggling prey. You might be surprised to learn that wasps are valuable pollinators. Watch this big, beautiful great golden digger wasp probing each flower with its antennae while feeding on the nectar. Wasps have good eyesight, but their antennae are packed with chemoreceptors that are tremendously sensitive to odors and chemicals. Wasps communicate and explore the world, mostly through their antennae, so they need to keep them in good condition. This paper wasp stops feeding and grooms her antenna several times. There are about 17,000 species of wasps in North America. Most are so small and unobtrusive that we don't even notice them. This tiny individual is dwarfed by the tip of a ballpoint pen. Many species of wasps can't sting, and even those that can, only the females can sting. Of course, the females of some species have a formidable stinger. This is the stinger of a cicada killer, one of our largest wasps. Wasps are important predators of many other insects, including some of our most serious crop pests. That makes them helpful to us and very important to the balance of nature. Are you annoyed by stink bugs? This wasp is actually named a stink bug hunter wasp. Some, like these braconid wasps, are parasites, laying their eggs on other insects. When the wasp eggs hatch, the larvae feed on the insect host. This caterpillar has been parasitized by many wasp larvae that are now pupating in cocoons on its back. The caterpillar is unlikely to survive. These are galls on oak leaves. They form when a wasp or another type of insect lays an egg on a leaf or stem. The oak tissues swell into these hard and tough galls. The growing larvae feed on the plant tissues and then pupate inside the gall. When they mature into adults, they chew a hole in the gall to escape. Holes in bare dirt are often the work of female wasps, digging burrows with chambers for their eggs. The female lays an egg in each chamber. She finds insects, stings them so that they are paralyzed, and carries them to the chamber. This cicada killer is dragging a paralyzed cicada to a nest that she has prepared for her egg. After providing each egg with a food supply, she closes the chambers and leaves. This little sand wasp is covering a tunnel where she has just finished leaving her eggs to develop. The eggs will hatch, the larva will eat the food supply, and then pupate. After pupation, they hatch as adult wasps, dig their way free from the nest chamber, and start the cycle all over again. Other wasps build nests of mud. These long tunnels are divided into separate chambers on the inside, so multiple larvae can grow and pupate in each tube. Sometimes woodpeckers find the nests, peck holes in them, and eat the larvae or pupas. Sometimes the holes in them are where the adult wasps, having finished pupation, have chewed their way out of the mud nest. Watch these beautiful black and yellow mud daubers collecting mud from the edge of a river. Each wasp creates a round ball of mud that she can carry back to her nest site and add to her growing nursery. Mud wasp nests can be found in many different shapes. The mud dries to a hard and tough shelter for the larvae. You can create a place for solitary wasps and bees to nest. A block of wood with holes drilled into it can provide a handy nest site for many types of native bees and solitary wasps. Some seal the nest hole with mud, or they may stuff the entrance with grass, like the holes at the bottom of this block. Wasps also make nests out of paper. The famous cartoonist Gary Larson created this humorous take on wasps selecting a nest design. But the paper nests really are beautifully designed and refined structures. They shelter the colony and allow the wasp eggs and larvae to mature in a protected place while being tended by the whole colony. Here in northern Illinois, the big paper nests in the trees are built by bald-faced hornets. The nest starts as just a tiny, thin-walled sphere built by the queen. She starts the colony, and as the workers mature, they help her raise more workers and enlarge the nest. Inside the nest, you'll find a series of layers of paper cells that hold the eggs and the larvae. The walls of the fully developed nest are made of many layers of paper that insulate and cushion the layers of cells inside. The paper cells are six-sided like honeycomb to make the most efficient use of space. The cells, capped with silk, contain pupating larvae. Watch this bald-faced hornet scraping wood fibers from a board and forming them into a ball to carry back to the nest. Sometimes, if you get very close and listen carefully, you can actually hear the hornet scraping the wood fibers off the board. Mixed with her saliva, the fibers will form a substance like paper mache to enlarge the walls of the paper nest. If the hornets use painted or stained wood to create the nest, the result can be beautiful multicolored streaks in the paper. Yellow jackets live in similar large colonies, but usually place their paper nests underground. They become annoying to us late in the summer as they aggressively seek carbohydrates and fats to nourish their larvae that are becoming the new queens and males to carry the species over into the next generation. Paper wasps feed almost exclusively on caterpillars, a feature that endears them to farmers and gardeners. They build these exposed nests in protected places, sheltered from the rain. Each cell is a nursery chamber for an egg. Of all the invertebrates, the Hymenoptera that live in colonies have the most complex social systems. They have advanced parental care, sibling care, division of labor and communication, and defense systems. The social wasps and bees are the ones most likely to sting in defense of their nests. They have a lot invested in building a large nest, and they have a large family to protect. Still, woodpeckers, skunks, raccoons tear open these nests and feed on the larvae that are rich in fat and protein, and birds, spiders, and other predators take their toll too. The vast majority of wasps live solitary lives, and away from their nests, wasps are surprisingly docile. They aren't looking for a fight. Most go about their business quietly if we let them, and most nests can be left in peace. So let's not reach first for the poison spray. Coexistence is not only possible, but it's the path of least resistance, and it preserves these valuable members of our environment. Because some wasps can sting, They often show warning coloration so that predators leave them alone. Bright colors and flashy black and white markings are an advertisement that says, "Watch out, I'm dangerous." The color, shape, and behavior of wasps is such an effective deterrent to predators that other insects have evolved to mimic wasps. This huge wasp is mimicked by this large but harmless Midas fly. The squash vine borer moth looks and acts like a wasp. And the uncommon mantis fly closely resembles a Polistes wasp, although it is a fierce predator related to the lacewings. This thick-headed fly looks like a small black wasp, and this fly could easily be mistaken for a yellow jacket. Another interesting group of wasps are the ichneumons. Many of them have long thread-like tails that are not stingers and not tails. They are ovipositors, or egg-laying organs. All the ichneumons live solitary lives and lay their eggs on the larvae of other insects. The long ovipositors can drill deep within logs or other plant tissues to reach hidden larvae. In midsummer, watch for the amazing pelecinid wasp with its extravagantly long abdomen flying slowly through the local woods. And if you get a visit from a friendly little wasp, take a few minutes to get acquainted and appreciate its beauty, and begin to forge a truce and peacefully coexist with your backyard wasps.